Hello. How are you? This is Els coming from Beamus Crafty Corner. And today we have this little pocket. It's a little triple pocket, little slant triple pocket. You can do it either direction if you want to. And you can get two of these out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to show you how to do this probably both ways. You know, who knows? But it's just, it's three pockets. There's a little pocket here in the front, a little pocket here, and then a pocket up here. Now, this pocket goes all the way down, but this pocket only goes to about here, okay? And then you have the one in the back that, goes all the way. It's a full pocket, okay? So, two of these out of sheet 8.5 by 11. I'm going to get a supply list together, and I will be right back. Supplies. Sheet of 8.5 by 11. This is the perfect project for your 6 by 6s, your 4.5 by 7s, and your 4.5 by 6.5 pads, or scraps, ruler, pencil, scoring tools, scissors, trimmer, a glue. You use tape on this one too if you want to, okay? So I'm going to move some things out of the way and come back. I'm going to show you the simple cuts we're going to do, a couple of quick scores, and then we're going to put this together. So give me just a few moments. So the first thing we're going to do is our cuts, and for that we're just going to cut our page down to 8.5 by 9. And then we're going to turn it and cut it at 4 1/4. That's essentially cutting it in half. Down the middle. Now we have two pieces that we're going to be using to make our pockets, okay? This piece is scrap and we don't need it. But, save it because it's a nice size piece of paper. So we get this out of the way. And we're going to bring up our scoreboard. I'm going to use the big one just because it's easier to look at. All right. And we're going to go ahead and start our scoring. So we want to score this into 3 pieces. So we're going to score it at 3. A couple of light scores as opposed to one deep, heavy one. And then we're going to turn it over and score at 6. Okay? So 1 at 3, turn it over, 1 at 6. That's it. I'm going to do the other one real quick. Just so we have it done. At 3, turn it over, and at 6. Those are the only scores we need to do, okay? Scoreboard out of the way. I'm going to get the rest of the materials out, and I'll be right back. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper into a Z-fold. Remember, wherever there's a hill, we're going to turn it into a valley. We're going to burnish that. And then wherever there's a valley, we're going to turn it into a hill. And we're going to burnish that as well. And we just want to make sure that we got this nice and straight. Okay? Now, if you have a little bit that sticks out on either side, just trim it off, okay? It's not a big deal. All right, so now we're going to open this up, and this is our front piece, okay? There's our pocket for this one. This is going to be an angle going this way, all right? So, presumably for the right side of a page. So we're going to open this up. We're going to get out our ruler and a pencil. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up 1.5 inches on the outside. And we're going to come down 1.5 inches on this first fold. Okay? And then we're going to put a line between them. All right. So that's our first part. Now, if you have this plunging trimmer, this actually makes this a little bit easier. But if you do not have this, then you can do this with scissors. I'm going to do the first one in the plunging trimmer. And all I'm going to do is plunge in. And I'm just going to go to that line. And then I'm going to go and cut my angle. Okay, and I'm going to reserve this piece. Now, I have a little bit of my score line still here, and that's where I'm going to be using my scissors. And I'm going to come in and trim off that score line. Okay, so now I have two pieces, one that has a little angle like this, and then two folds, and then an angled piece, okay? So let me show you that again, using just the scissors this time. Hill to a valley, valley to a hill, and we're going to make this one so that it opens on this side. So again, I'm just going to measure 1.5 inches up on my outside piece. Let me get this straight. Inch and a half up on the outside. 1.5 inches down on the fold. Line between the two. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this out by hand. So I'm going to cut just this side of my score line. Down to my mark. And then I'm just going to cut my mark up, following my line. Okay, and then I can take out any extra of the score line that's there. There we go. All right, so now I have one that opens this way, and one that opens this way. Okay, so I have one for each side. Now, I'm going to clear some things, and I'll be right back and we'll put the rest of this together. So we're going to do these one at a time. So I have this one, which is the one that opens to the right, and I'm just erasing any pencil that might still be on there. Now we need to cut some paper. We need to cut this, we need to cut this, and we need to cut this. But more importantly, we need to finish cutting our angle. So to do that, we're going to take the piece that we cut out. We're going to bring it up, line up our top corners here. Make sure that we have our sides lined up. And then we're just going to remove that piece, okay? And take that out. Now we're ready to cover this. And for this first one, I picked a couple of pieces out of here that I like. 2 pieces. And so I'm going to do, I think, So I have an idea which way I'm going. So I'm going to measure this. And it should be like 3 inches, excuse me, 3 inches across. So it's going to be 2 3/4 inches. And then we're going to measure to the highest point, which is 2 3/4 inches. So 2 3/4 inches we're going to go to. And then over here, 2 3/4 inches, because we're leaving ourselves space to have that border. So 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. That's the first piece we're going to cut. So I'm going to take the top off. I'm going to cut this at 2 3/4. By 2 3/4. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to line it up where I want it on the back. Right there. I'm going to hold that in place. And since I don't want any marks, I'm just going to use my scoring tool. And I'm just going to follow my line. And that then becomes my cut line, okay? And if I need, and I do, I need to cut this down just a little bit more. Trim that off just a little more. There we go. I like it. All right, so our next piece is going to be the piece that goes on that part that we cut off. That's what's going to become that pocket in the middle. Okay? So again, we're just going to measure this. We already know that it's 2 3/4 this way. And the high point on this one is 2 3/4. So we're going to trim off the top. Two and 3/4. And then we're going to trim a piece off of here that is 2 3/4. We're going to follow the same process, okay? Here's our pocket going in the right direction with our piece of paper. Turn it over. Line up our sides. Double that distance here at the bottom. And then use our scoring tool to put that line in. Okay, and you can do it on the back or the front, however you prefer. And you know, if you want to use your pencil on the back of the paper, you can use your pencil on the back of the paper. That's entirely up to you. But I do it this way, and then I fold my paper over. It just makes my life easier. And there we go. So that's the second pocket. So we have one pocket, we have two pockets. Now we're going to cut the third pocket. For the third pocket, we're going to be using that piece of paper right there. Whoop. But you see, it's not going to be tall enough, but that's okay because we can set it up a little bit higher. It doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to put this in here. Even on either side. Scoring tool. Put my line in. Give it a little fold. Put it into my trimmer. trim it off. Okay. So now I have my 3 pieces. I have some nice scraps left over. We're going to go ahead and get ready to glue this up. I'll be right back. All right, so if you're going to ink, do that now, all right? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to close this back piece. A little bit of glue across the bottom. And up the point side, okay? Fold it over, done. Then we're going to place this in the back. So we're going to put some glue on here or tape, whatever you prefer. It's entirely up to you. I live in a very hot climate, so for me, glue is kind of a necessity because tape here just doesn't work. And I'm going to line this up on the sides and the top, okay? Sides and top, that's what I'm concerned with. I'm going to put that down. And then we're going to do the center piece. And this outside piece. Again, I'm lining this up on that top line, making sure that this line here is about the same width. And then to put this in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here and just put it in dry, because I want to see where, you know, where it fits and if I need to do any trimming. Now you see it sticks out here. So I'm going to want to do just a little bit of trimming right there on the edge. Try that again. I'm going to take an even amount off the other side. We're going to put this in again, and then what I'm doing here is I'm judging the height of my pockets. And I like that, like right there. So what I'm going to do is open this flap, and I'm going to put a mark right here. That's going to tell me where this is going to go. Then I'm going to put glue on this on 3 sides, just like you would any other pocket. I'm going to put it so that that piece is on the bottom right there. Glue my pocket down, and then I'm going to close this. And now I have 3 pockets, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and I will probably speed that portion of the video up just so you guys can see it being done, but we don't really need to talk about it. Now remember, all of the directions, the sizes, everything are going to be in the description box below. So if you would like to make this project, everything's going to be down there. Now give me just a second, I'll be back and we'll do the other direction. All right, so here's our little pockets. One for the right side of the page, one for the left side of the page, right? Okay, so again, you know, we have 3 pockets on each. You have a pocket here at the top. There we go. You have a pocket here at the top that you can put a tag into. You have a middle pocket here and a bottom pocket here. Same thing over here. You're going to have a pocket here at the back. Right there. A pocket here and a pocket here. So 3 pockets on this one, and as I said, if you want, you can glue this down on 3 sides and you would end up having a 4th pocket in the back. Okay, so that's it. That's my quick little project for today. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. Then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I do go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, and on Sundays we play trivia. Come on out and join us. It's a great time and a fantastic group of players. I post videos twice a week, typically on Monday and Wednesday, but you know, it could be any day of the week and it could be more. I have a series of free classes that I'm putting out. I was originally doing it through 2022, but I'm going to extend those through 2023. So if you would like information on those, when you ring that bell, make sure that you select the all notifications, and that way you find out as soon as those classes get released. And if you are interested in knowing what I have coming up as far as videos, tutorials, and things like that, basically I do a lot of tutorials, you could join my Facebook group. There's a link in the description box below, and there's a highlighted article there that tells you everything, and I update that regularly. And you know, if you don't want to, check out the community tab here on my YouTube page. That's all going to give you the exact same information because I update both of those at the same time. And the other thing I have going on is my 12 of 22 journal challenge. If you would like to participate, you do not need to make 12 journals, but there is a link in the description box below that's going to give you all the information that you need to know in order to participate in that. You only need to enter once. I'm giving away some great thank you gifts at the end of the year. And that's all I have for you. Until I see you again, stay well. Bye-bye.